Working in behavioral healthcare can be chaotic. Sometimes a clipboard might suddenly go airborne. But despite what you might have heard, being a human punching bag is not in your job description. At M&D Healthcare, your personal safety is our absolute highest priority. You cannot effectively care for others if you are injured. Let's look at the 4 main types of workplace violence you might encounter. Type 1, a stranger or a trespasser. Type 2, a client. Type 3, a coworker or former employee. And Type 4, a domestic issue spilling into the facility. Client violence is the most common in our field, driven by psychosis, trauma, or acute withdrawal. We hold deep compassion for what our clients are going through. However, compassion for an illness does not mean you are obligated to accept physical harm. Real physical safety actually begins well before a crisis hits. By consistently respecting a client's basic rights to autonomy, dignity, and privacy, we eliminate the core frustrations and feelings of powerlessness that trigger most violent incidents in the first place. When an incident happens, it rarely occurs without warning. This timeline illustrates the escalation cycle. People generally move from calm into anxiety toward verbal agitation before physical aggression. We want to intercept in these middle 2 stages. Notice the specific warning behaviors listed here: clenched fists, heavy pacing, or a sudden volume spike. Spotting these cues provides a critical window to intervene safely. When you do step in to help, remember the golden rule of verbal de-escalation. Never, ever tell an angry person to calm down. In the entire history of behavioral health, that phrase has a roughly 0% success rate. Instead, manage your own physical presence. Project a calm energy to lower the temperature in the room. Keep your posture relaxed and open. Keep your hands visible, and make sure you always maintain a clear, unobstructed path to the nearest exit. Verbally, skip the commands. Barking orders at an agitated person usually sounds like a threat to their autonomy. Explicitly acknowledge how they are feeling, saying, "I see you're frustrated," and offer them clear, simple choices. Successful de-escalation is never about overpowering someone's will. It is giving them a structured, supportive way to safely regain control over their own emotions. But what if the threat comes from the outside? Imagine an agitated, unknown visitor walks up to the front desk and aggressively demands to see a specific client. This is where physical safety intersects with privacy law. Under HIPAA, you cannot confirm or deny a client's presence to an unverified stranger, no matter how demanding or angry they become. You are a healthcare professional, not a security bouncer. If you deny them access and they escalate, do not block their path. Secure your own route to the door and immediately trigger the panic button. After an incident occurs, there is a dangerous assumption in healthcare that minor assaults, like being shoved or spit on, should just be brushed off as part of the job. They aren't. This flowchart outlines our required response under California's SB 553 workplace violence law. It mandates that every single incident, no matter how small it seems, must be reported to a supervisor immediately, and you have strict legal rights tied to that process. As the flowchart updates, notice that a formal violent incident report must be filed within 24 hours. The facility is required to maintain this log for 5 years, and you have the right to access that report within 15 days of requesting it. This reporting system is a completely no-blame process. We collect this data to identify environmental hazards and address blind spots in our staffing, and continuously update the workplace safety plan. Let's review the graphic here, which covers the 4 core takeaways of this training. 1. Safety first. Always maintain an escape route and do not restrain. 2. De-escalate by acknowledging feelings and offering options. 3. Protect client privacy, especially from unknown visitors. And 4. Report every incident within 24 hours. By mastering the early warning signs of agitation, respecting client autonomy, prioritizing your own personal safety, and legally reporting every incident, you ensure this facility remains a secure, supportive space for everyone.